Michael Mahar, and I'm a producer on NBA Live 19.
So, what were some of the bigger announcements that you folks have made here at EA Play 2018 at E3?
Well, for Live 19, we've made two general big announcements. One's the new real player motion and gameplay improvements we've had, centering around animation in our gameplay engine. And the other one's kind of a building on the one. So it's about you building out a squad this year and taking that squad with you in your journey, your character journey, on your quest for global dominance on all these kind of cool courts from around the world.
So, are Stephen A. and Max coming back in the one?
Pardon me?
Stephen A. Smith and Max, are they coming back from ESPN for the one?
I think it's safe to say that Stephen A. and Max will be coming back for another visit, yes.
Because those are some of the funnier scenes. Because it was cool I think it added immersion to have these actual TV personalities talking about your creative player.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say about Max and Stephen A? I mean, they're absolute pros to work with. They're hilarious. They understand the product and what we were going for creatively, and working with them was a breeze. We have some more announcements around. There'll be other people joining Max and Stephen A. We'll be talking about that a little bit more. But around the point you made about how real personalities are talking about your character, we have some really cool stuff we're going to be announcing later on this summer around that point. But we're going to be building on that. Let's just say that.
It really seems like all the EA Sports franchises are taking story more seriously. With you have the journey, and you have long shot, and now you have the one. Are you all communicating with each other to kind of give each other notes on what you think works, what might not work?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm recently new to EA back at the company, but I did work at EA on Fight Night Champion quite a while ago, actually, and we made a pretty cool story in that one. FIFA, I mean, we're in the same building as Madden. NBA, we're just of 2 floors down. So we are always talking to each other. NBA's take is slightly different. We really want to make it focused on your character, so your created character, scanning your face, getting into the game, and we want to reflect back your successes. So while there is a narrative and it's a story, it's going to be really more about the game reflecting back on what you're doing, how you did, how you performed, and telling and crafting a story around you and your kind of exploits in the game.
I think another big differentiator between you and your competitors is that you're taking the WNBA really seriously. Can you talk about some of the things that you've added for WNBA in this version?
Well, the WNBA will be back again in the form they were last year. We've scanned more faces. I think we've got all the new uniforms in, and we're doing some cool stuff with the WNBA that we'll be, I think, announcing in a month from now, a little bit later in the summer. But let's just say that it kind of goes against the point you made around us taking it seriously. Ultimately, and we have the feedback from the players on the floor. They were probably more than by percentage were actually playing the WNBA yesterday on the show floor, and they love it, and it's really fun to play. And we'll be adding on to that experience and kind of making an announcement about that in about a month from now.
Did you make any gameplay tweaks from you're talking about player movement, or some of the other things that you've done to iterate from 18 to 19?
Yeah, that's a good point. So aside from the RPM system and the animation and all the fluidity that brings to the game, the other big thing that we did was we took the one-on-one defensive mechanics that I kind of talked to you about last year, and actually were well received last year, but they were just on ball. So a defender defending the ball carrier, and then the ball carrier. It was almost like a mini fighting game. If I choose left and the defender chooses left, I guess that would be your right, but bear with me. You can kind of head me off. If I choose left, you choose left, but later I might get by you. And then if I choose left and you choose right as on defense, I'll just blow right by you. We took that whole concept and we are now applying it to off-ball. So if you can think of a modern example would be Steph Curry, or in my head, guys that are really good at this is Steph Curry, Rip Hamilton, even Reggie Miller, fighting off ball, fighting through screens, guys pulling each other, impeding each other's progress, or taking a jab step and getting kind of cutting and getting open on the perimeter. All that off-ball fighting for an advantage, we've taken now with the same mechanic, and we've put that skill in the user's hands, and that really shows through when you're playing with other players online. So you can really even shut a person down even before they get the ball, or conversely, if you're really good off the ball, you can get open a lot easier.
It sounds like you've really balanced like a chess match between offense and defense.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately that's the goal. Every offensive mechanic or any offensive feature we put in, we have to balance it with a defensive one, and we want it to be like real basketball. There's as you know, like players' whole careers are made on their ability to guard people on the ball, off the ball, in the post, whatever. And we really want to mimic that in our game.
Awesome. Have you guys considering, or have you guys considered nerfing the Golden State Warriors because they seem to be OP?
Yeah, that seems like it's probably pretty sim. So I don't know. I don't think we should. I don't think we can nerf them. I think that's probably what you're saying is OP. Is that's real? Unfortunately.
Maybe there should just be like a mode that you just push a button and it's even teams.
Yeah, I think probably what'll happen organically is there'll just be an unspoken rule that online no one just uses the Warriors because they're just too strong a team.
It's like back in the day with GoldenEye, it was no odd job.
Yeah, exactly. Being a Raptors fan, I'm a little bit sad, but I'm kind of glad that Cleveland lost because I don't really know how the Raptors would have done against the Warriors team either.
But hey, if you lost to the Cavs and they went on to win the finals, at least you lost to the champions. This you just lost. You lost to the losers of the finals.
Yes, to your point, that would have been a good story to tell if Cleveland had won.
So yeah, so much of the NBA is personality driven, and you have these superstars, like you said, Steph Curry, James Harden, these iconic characters. How are you able to take that feel into the one? Like, what are the creative player options that you guys are allowing for? How are you allowing players to express their own kind of personality in the one?
So a great question. There's a bunch of different ways that you can express yourself and your individual character in the one. It all starts with our companion face scan app, which is back again. We made some refinements to that, so you can scan your face and get your face in the game, so one-to-one, so it's just your visual likeness. And then the thing that I kind of really get excited about and nerd out about a little bit is the new Icon RPG system. So we got a lot of feedback from fans last year that they liked the system, how you built your character's skills out, but they wanted more flexibility and they want more choice. So we have a new system called the Icon kind of progression system, and it allows you to build out even more unique characters, gives you a bit more flexibility, so you can actually swap between styles before you go into an online match or a game, and it actually allows you to become more unique. So even if you were to say one of our player types is a slasher, which obviously coming from the perimeter, a Russell Westbrook type, to be honest, there's even refinements within that can make you a slightly different version of a slasher versus me. And it allows for more uniqueness and more variability in gameplay. And again, that really manifests itself when you play online.
Cool. And EA Sports has had a lot of success with Ultimate Team in FIFA and in Madden. Is this the year that we're going to see some NBA Live Ultimate Team kind of action, or are you guys looking at that fondly from the sideline?
Well, I mean, there's no denying that Ultimate Team is really enjoyed by all of our gamers, and we have a slightly different take on squad mechanics and how you're going to build out your squad. That's one of the actual new features that we have in the one. So I was just talking about how you can customize your character, make it unique, and that was all about what NBA Live 18 was about. And this year we have all that stuff, the new icon system as well. But now it's not just you. It's more like a true RPG where you have to earn other players to join your team and then strategically use them to play against the Pro-Am World Tour kind of bosses and characters that you're going to be facing. So you're going to be building a squad in a way, and we'll be releasing more info as we go about that. But we have a slightly different take.
It's cool because you had LeBron James this year. He took his team to the finals. He really led. So it's going to be this thing that really shows you the value of team, not just the individual. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, this year, last year was more about you building out your character, more character-centric, and it still is at its core. But now we're adding that extra responsibility of you kind of having to play people, earn them the respect, get them on your team, and then use them wisely as you try to progress through the mode.
What engine is the game running on?
It's running on the Ignite engine.
Is that something that could be ported to Switch down the road? I think there's gamers out there that would love to play live portably, and Switch has really gained a lot of traction in the last year.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, we always are looking for opportunities to make the game more accessible, more available to all of our players. Our focus right now is on Xbox One and PlayStation, so that's what we focus on for NBA Live 19. But down the road, who knows?
And then also, there was huge news that Madden's coming to PC. Has that drawn some attention from you folks? Like, hey, maybe we could be on PC too?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had that question a couple times, and the same answer that I just gave a second ago is like, of course, we're looking at all our options, and we'll be investing where appropriate as we move down the road.
Awesome. So when does the game come out? Is there a demo or anything that we're going to get to try early, or just some more info about when we can play it?
Yeah, no problem. The demo's late August 24th, I believe, and the release date for the game worldwide release is September 7th.
Do you guys have a cover athlete yet, or are you saving that announcement?
We're saving that announcement. If I leak that, I'll be in big trouble.